can sit. You can sit here. But you can sit here.
Presiding Bishop, members of the expanded GPC, the draft communique issuing from the 13th expanded GPC meeting at the Wesley Cathedral, Cape Coast, in August 2025. On Tuesday, 19th to Sunday, 24th August 2025, the Methodist Church Ghana converged at the Wesley Cathedral, Cape Coast, for its 13th expanded General Purposes Council meeting under the theme, Walking in the Word, Equipped for Every Good Work, based on 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. In the chair was the presiding bishop, the Most Reverend Professor Johnson 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 𝗟𝗜𝗓𝗘, the lay president, and the Right Reverend Dr. 𝗟𝗜𝗓𝗘𝗘, the administrative bishop. The venue for the meeting was itself momentous, as it was significant, given the fact that Cape Coast is the cradle of Methodism in Ghana, the place where the very first seed of the Methodist Church Ghana was planted on 1st January 1835, some 190 years ago. Indeed, the iconic Wesley Cathedral is the first ever Methodist chapel in Ghana. Consequently, a major side attraction of this year's expanded GPC was a grand derby held at the forecourt of the cathedral to commemorate the 190th anniversary on Saturday, 23rd August 2025. There was also a colorful exhibition of historical and religious artifacts, some of which date back to 1842. The formal opening was kindly graced by the warm presence of the 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 of the Ogua traditional area, 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 II, and a retinue of chiefs and queen mothers. Earlier, the executive of the church had paid a courtesy call on the 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 at his palace. The essence of the expanded GPC. The highest decision-making and governing body of the Methodist Church Ghana is the conference, which is held biennially. The expanded GPCs, held in the intervening non-conference years, take stock of the period under review and provide a crucial platform on which critical analysis, evaluation, and reviews are done, and fresh ideas are generated towards the advancement of the church in accord with its strategic objectives. Decisions and considerations. The meeting considered and deliberated on several key issues of utmost concern and importance to the church and state, including the following. 1. Issues of national importance. 2 issues of direct national importance were brought to the fore of the expanded GPC, namely the recent fatal helicopter crash and the crackdown on unearned titles by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC. In the heady days soon after the unfortunate event, the Methodist Church Ghana issued a statement to condole with the government of Ghana and the families. Also, the presiding bishop and a team were present at the state funeral organized for the victims. However, the expanded GPC deemed it fit to add its voice in expressing our deepest condolences to the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the Vice President, Her Excellency Professor 𝗟𝗜𝗘𝗘, and the bereaved families of the 8 persons who tragically lost their lives in the air disaster, which sad event occurred a couple of weeks ago. The victims were highly placed political personalities and military officers. In respect of the GTEC's concerted campaign of scrutinizing and ridding the public and academic space of unearned and fake doctoral degrees and professorial titles, the MCG has directed its ministers, particularly those outside mainstream academic institutions, to submit certified copies of their doctoral degrees for onward verification by the end of September 2025. Finance and Budget. The meeting adopted the 2024 audited financial statements, approved the budget estimates for the 2026 financial year, and took note of the dividend paid by the 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗋 Insurance Company. Diocese for Europe. The Methodist Church Ghana, which grew by 5.7% in the year 2024, currently has 24 dioceses, including North America, has initiated discussions aimed at creating a diocese for our churches in Europe. The North America Diocese of the Methodist Church Ghana is made up of the United States of America and Canada. Ordination. 75 ministerial probationers were received into full connection and ordained. 9 others will take their turn in October in the United States of America. Superannuation and other ministerial recognitions. 34 ministers superannuated from active service. The expanded GPC placed on record their invaluable contributions to the growth of the church over the years. 2 other ministers were recognized for having served 50 years in ministry, while 6 ministers still in active service were acknowledged for serving the church continuously for 40 years. 13 ministers who had also traveled 25 years were duly recognized. Acknowledgements. The meritorious services rendered by 2 educationists, Mrs. Juliana Frimpong, formerly of Methodist Day Senior High School, Tema, and Mrs. Diana Donchi Arthur, and recently, the Ashanti Regional Manager of Methodist Schools, were placed on record as they retire honorably from the Ghana Education Service. The expanded GPC showed its appreciation to them. In a similar vein, Surveyor Mrs. Hilda Sechiapia and Mr. Enoch Osafo, Directors of Property, Procurement and Development and Health Services, respectively, took a bow. The expanded GPC paid a glowing tribute to the 2. The expanded GPC also noted the appointment of Professor William Ba Boateng as the Vice Chancellor of the Methodist University Ghana by the Governing Council effective 1st August 2025. Legacy projects. Work on the Aburi Youth Center Pavilion, a 2,000 capacity auditorium, has commenced in earnest, and it is hoped that it will be completed by the middle of 2026. The expanded GPC has approved the recommendation to mark the pavilion as a legacy project to commemorate the 190th anniversary of the church in Ghana. Wesleyan Institute. The expanded GPC also approved the establishment of Wesleyan Institute of Theological Studies at the Methodist University Ghana. The institute will serve as the umbrella body for the church's training programs, particularly for its personnel. The Methodist Development Fund. The scope of the Methodist Development Fund has been expanded to cover support for entrepreneurs, Gamsu chapels, and places of worship for Sunday schools. Designated percentages would go into these areas of the life of the church, starting from 2026. Societies are encouraged to make provision for where the children's services will be held in their building schemes. Last but not least, Thanksgiving service. Sunday, 24th August 2025, is to be observed by all Methodist societies as a Thanksgiving Day to climax the 190th anniversary celebrations. Presiding say, I'm done.
Well, thank you very much. Are there any comments from the floor? Angra, to the speed with which you got up. Please sit. But Cape Coast, Senate Secretary, why have you removed the chairs? Pardon? I know you didn't remove it, but you are Senate Secretary. No, you can't say you didn't remove it. Yeah. All right. Okay, maybe I don't see too many people coming, so maybe 2 or 3 additional chairs are fine. Okay. So Angra, to let's get the microphone working for him.
Yeah, thank you, President Bishop. Members of the Expanded GPC. First, I would like to say congratulations to those who drafted this communique. It's not an easy thing at all. I have some few comments. When I think in the earlier lines, what the Presiding Bishop, assisted by, or the chair of the Presiding Bishop. That is number one.
In the chair was.
Okay. I didn't hear in. Right. Thank you. Now, the second one is the essence of the expanded GPC. I thought so much of why we came here. Maybe a line would be okay, but I think we spoke too much on that. And the final one, it's about the same, the recognition of the 8 eminent people who lost their lives. I think it's good that we mention it, but I think we spoke too much on it. And generally, I think it's also too long, and we should find a way of maybe taking out some of the issues, which I don't want to use the word important, but I hope you understand me. Thank you, sir.
Presiding Bishop, members of Expanded GPC. First of all, I also add my voice to congratulate them for the work done. However, I have some difficulties. We are not reporting from GPC to the state. We are to focus on things that the church is the decisions that we've made here that will support the state. So something like entrepreneurship, which we have taken as a decision on and wanting to expand it, should go into this. So I will suggest that we scale down some of the budget of the Methodist Church. Doesn't have to go out to this. Thank you.
Presiding Bishop, thank you for the opportunity. And members of EGPC, 2 issues. Except the language is legal, I raise this point. In the reading, I heard the church is some 190 years. I think we should be definite. We are 190 years, not some 190 years. Somebody is some 70 years. 190 years, this is who we are. The second is about the Europe diocese, that the church has initiated discussions on creating a diocese in Europe. The question is, the conference took a decision to create a diocese, and therefore this conference, this GPC, revisited rather than taking rather than initiating. We are revisiting that decision taken at conference. Thank you, sir.
Presiding, sir, members of GPC, I heard about church growth, that our church grew by 7%. I think, or some level, I think we have to qualify, considering that there are different dimensions of growth. We have to qualify it. If it is numerical, then we say so. And then secondly, I consider the decisions that we took on Wesley Towers and the soft loans as significant to deserve mention. The Air Force, I don't know, but whether...
If you don't know, you don't talk about it.
Thank you very much, presiding members of expanded GPC. This is a communique. This is what we are telling the world and our people. So I also go with the suggestions coming that we should scale this thing down and delete some of the things which are not meant for consumption out there. But coming back to 3 points, that is the Europe diocese. We have initiated a number of dioceses to be created. Techiman, that is Winchi, and then Mampong. Those ones were not captured. So I think that when it comes to creation of dioceses, if we are looking at it as part of our growth, then all these must be captured, so that it talks about how we are expanding in terms of our growth. And then the last line there, which is MCG in North America, is made up of USA, Canada, and Australia. Australia inclusive. So if we can look at it from that angle, then I will go for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your work. I know what it means to write a communique. Your lady nearly became a member of the ministerial session because when we started, you were still sitting down. So, lay president and members of the session, what I suggest we do is to take this as a working document. As has been said, we call it communique because this is what we are communicating to the world as a result of our meeting. So anything you say, the reference should be to the Methodist Church Ghana. In fact, the expanded GPC can come at the beginning, but all the decisions should make reference because we are making decisions on behalf of the church, the denomination. And then, as has been said, I'll give you this one. I've made some notes on it. So you will look at it. Now, anytime you are taking the communique, your first major point of reference is the presiding bishop's address, because that is what sets the tone for the meeting. You know, I think you missed that almost completely before the discussions come.
Methodist your heart, you're crying. Yes, I